Hi, Trevor here, Life Reflection Requests. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last mini 3 video series on the iconic Australian John Farnham. And it's great to look at the pre-Whispering Jack, and post-Whispering Jack eras of this iconic performer. So trust you found that one encouraging. Well, we've got a request today. How we love requests on this channel. I heard the story started in 1999 in Wheaton, Illinois. Ryan O'Neill, Chad O'Neill and Don Purdy got together and they're very unique style in many ways. They thought, let's do something. It was year 2000. They did do an independent release, Capture, and they did start to get a bit of a loyal following at that point, but it wasn't until discovered by Billy Corgan, who's part of the Smashing Pumpkins, that he arranged for these guys to get signed with Interscope Records. The name of the group is Sleeping At Last. Now, there's something quite iconic about this name to start with, I'm thinking. Now, when we think about songwriting and names and bands, we're not talking about practical sleeping here. What we're talking about is this concept of peace, this concept of why I can't get to sleep at night, what's going through my mind, how can I still my mind to be able to actually just sleep? Well, I think Sleeping At Last, there's some kind of realizations happening here about life and life in general, and I think the name of the group is quite reflective, and I guess it's pause to think about, hey, what is it about lack of peace and lack of sleep in our minds that gets us thinking? So anyway, Sleeping At Last decided that they actually would do a bit of a national tour, and they did actually support some of Bill Corgan's other acts, and also the band Switchfoot as well. Now I've seen Switchfoot; they're pretty amazing, and so yeah, they became quite well known nationally as well. A little way into the career, they actually did get involved in some. They've actually been involved in a few movies. They've contributed to some soundtracks and some TV shows, including Grey's Anatomy. Now, Grey's Anatomy was one of these iconic TV shows that was around a little while back, and we've got the song Quicksand. We've got a lyric video on that one. Quicksand is very much like, again, philosophically speaking, songwritery speaking. I've just come up with the word, and that is that it's not physical quicksand. We're talking about being stuck, perhaps even drowning a little bit, sinking a little bit, not being able to escape the clutches of this thing called life, which can be a bit of a challenge at times. And so I've got a lyric video of Quicksand below. In 2003, out came the album Ghosts. At this point, Ryan pretty much became the mainstay of Sleeping At Last, and he pretty well has been ever since. He agonised over the writing of this album. Apparently it took him 2 years to write it. He just wanted to get the songs just right, and we're so glad he did. Off that, and really quite simply, the song Say is all about, hey, when you need to say something, say it. If you're not going to say it, how am I to guess it? I can't get inside your mind and guess. So just need to say. We've got the official clip on that one. 2006, we've got the album Keep No Score. 2009, the album Storyboards, and I think this album was going to allude to where Sleeping At Last would go with their releases. And it was around October 2010 that the announcement came out that they were going to release 3 songs on the first day of each month, from October 2010 to September 2011. So there's 36 songs right there. And he well and truly did that, and they actually called this particular project, I suppose, Yearbook. And we've got another song around that period, Homesick. We've got a compilation kind of a video on that one. Homesick, what can we say? It's not like, again, philosophically speaking, it's not about not wish I was home. It's about where is home. what is home going to be? What does home even feel like or look like? So we've got a compilation clip on that one. They were asked to contribute to Twilight, the final Twilight Part 2, Breaking Dawn, and there's the song Turning Page. We've got a couple of clips of that one. We've got just an acoustic version with the piano, and we've got actually another version of that one as well. To be asked to write for the Twilight series, you know, you've made it. Of course, we're talking about vampires and immortality versus Bella, who wasn't that, and all that she gave up to be with the love of her life. So waiting 100 years, 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years for you, we get into that well and truly thing. The releases, again, have been quite intriguing for this group. Now, Ryan has got an absolutely beautiful, stunning voice. We'll get onto the song that I've been asked to look at in a little bit. Between 2000 and 2024, there's been 14 albums. And in between 1999 and 2024, there's been 31 EPs. There's been a couple of series. I've also already talked about the yearbook series, kind of 12 EPs, 3 songs per EP. Then we've got 11 in the Atlas series, and such titles as Light, Space 1 and 2, Life, Oceans, Emotions, Intelligence, Anagram, and there's been many singles over this band's career. Ryan really well and truly knows how to write songs, and so he's had quite a lot of output really since he's been going pretty well this millennium. The song I've been asked to look at actually is a song called Saturn. And one of the lines, with shortness of breath, I'll try to explain the infinity, how we all exist. Just get your head around that one. Like, there is a message, first of all, but the message is so big, so large, so all-encompassing that, you know, every time I think of it, I get shortness of breath. And, you know, when I get shortness of breath, I can't talk as much because I'm so overwhelmed by the fact that this little dot that we are in space, we're existing at this time on a dot in space. And all we need to think about Earth and compare Earth to like Jupiter and Saturn. Well, they're massive compared to Earth, absolutely huge. And I think one of the things that I love about Sleeping at Last is just their etherealness, cosmic nature of what they do. Ryan really does soar through the stars with his voice, and I think he just takes us to another place. He's inviting us to take a big picture view of life, love, and human existence, and looking at Earth from a distance to try and work out what on earth Earth is doing. As we look around Earth right now, we think we all have no idea what it's doing sometimes with all the stuff that's going on. But you look at your place in this world, and you look at how incredible it is that we actually are actually stitching it all in this big massive universe on a planet that actually sustains life. It's pretty good. Now we can get into what on earth are we doing with our Earth right now and get into all of that. But putting that aside for a second, what are we doing in our small part of the world to make a difference? And I think this is always the challenge with whenever we're considering our life on this planet. Are we making a difference? Are we really making a difference? Because we want to make a difference, don't we? We want to actually be able to give back and to know that our lives have mattered. I think when it all boils down to it, we want our lives to matter, don't we? And so to take a big picture view of us on this small blip of a planet, and then to, I suppose, zoom into our little part of the world. And let's face it, there's millions and millions of small parts of this world, and there are people all around the world doing the best to make a difference. And so, you know, may Saturn, as you watch this live version below, which is absolutely stunning, including an orchestra, just take stock, I suppose, of the difference that you've been making in this life, and to know that, you know, to celebrate the fact that if you are making a difference, it's pretty good, right, to be able to make a difference. And so may Saturn be an encouragement for you today. And I really got to thank the conversation that led to this request today. So the links to those 6 clips are in the description below, and I've also included my last video from John Farnham, Age of Reason, so if you want to recap on him, feel free. Well, if this is your first time to Life Reflection requests or Life Reflections through music, or you come back for another one, how great to see everybody here. Well, that's it for today. Next time we're going to get on to human nature. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.